boys and girls. This is Dr. H, and I'm so glad to be with you again this week. Today, we will be singing a song together, and we'll be looking at our flashcards, and I'll tell you about some fun links that you can look at later. Parents and siblings are welcome to join in with us, and I'd like to get started today first with our opening games. So watch what Dr. H does, and you do the same thing. Ooh, 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 ooh. So mi, so la, so mi, re, do. Mi, re, do, re, mi, so, mi, do, so, la, so, do, mi, do, so, la, ti, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. Good. It's fun to use our voices together like that. So now let's talk about the song that we are going to sing together. It's a song that has part of the words telling us a story from the Old Testament in the Bible, and part of the words tells us a story from the New Testament in the Bible. So we know that the Old Testament starts with the creation of everything and goes all the way up to Jesus. And the New Testament is about Jesus and things that happened after that. So when we look at the words to the Old Testament part, it tells us a story about a man named Jacob who was going on a trip and was camping outside, and when he went to sleep, he used all he had for a pillow was a stone, and he had a dream that night about angels going up and down a ladder, going from the ground to the earth all the way up to heaven and back. And he took from this dream that God was taking care of him. The New Testament part of the song is about Jesus being on the cross. And a cross looks a little bit like a ladder. Only the ladder that Jesus was on was the ladder that made it possible for us to have forgiveness of sins from God and from each other. So it talks about a ladder of mercy. And that's what we can think of the cross as being, a ladder of mercy. So I am going to sing part of the song, and then you sing part of the song. Maybe we could start first with just listening to the piano play the notes that I'm going to sing. Now, what did you notice about the rhythms? I noticed that there was just two kinds of rhythms. There was a long one and a short one. Do you remember what we call our long and short rhythms? One is ta, and one is TT. The whole thing is tas and TTs. Ta, ti, ta, ta, ti, 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 ta, ti, 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 ta, ti, 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 ta, ti, ti, ta. Lots of TTs and a few tas. So here are the words. As Jacob with trouble was weary one day at night, on a stone for a pillow he lay. Sing that with me this time. As Jacob with trouble was weary one day at night, on a stone for a pillow he lay. Good. All right, and let's listen to the next part. Just the piano first. So, do most of the notes on this part sound higher or lower than the notes that we just learned? If you said higher, you are correct. So let me sing the words for you to this part. He saw in a vision a ladder so high that its foot was on earth and its top in the sky. You notice the words say vision and not dream. So here we're using the word vision to tell us the same thing as the word dream. So let's sing together this time. Ready? He saw in a vision a ladder so high that its foot was on earth and its top in the sky. And then we get to the part that is the New Testament part of the story, the part about Jesus. Now, let me play the notes for you, and you tell me if this sounds like something you've heard before. Does that sound a little bit like the first part of the song that we sang? I think it does. So here are the words to this part, though. Alleluia to Jesus who died on the tree and has raised up a ladder of mercy for me. Let's try that together. Alleluia to Jesus who died on the tree and has raised up a ladder of mercy for me. And here is the ending of the song. So that's higher like the last part of the verse, isn't it? But it's a little bit shorter, not as quite as long. And here are the words. And has raised up a ladder of mercy for me. So let's sing all of the New Testament part, starting with the Alleluia part. Alleluia to Jesus who died on the tree and has raised up a ladder of mercy for me. And has raised up a ladder of mercy for me. Great. Such a nice song to be able to sing together. So I think now maybe we should try the whole thing. Starting with, as Jacob with travel was weary one day. Weary means that he was really tired and he needed some sleep. So let's see if we can start from the beginning. Ready? As Jacob with travel was weary one day at night, on a stone for a pillow he lay. He saw in a vision a ladder so high that its foot was on earth and its top in the sky. Alleluia. Well, thank you for singing that song with me. So we talked about the tas and the TGs in the song that we sang today. But today we want to look at some other flashcards. We want to look at our music symbols. So I will show you a card, and let's see if you can remember what the name of it is. FF means very loud, and we say fortissimo. F means forte and loud. MF is for mezzo forte, which means medium loud. MP is for mezzo piano and means medium quiet. P means piano for quiet. PP means pianissimo. Say that with me, pianissimo, which means very quiet. This is the symbol for treble. Clef, yes, treble, clef. And this is the symbol for bass clef. Now, should I put them like this, or should I put them like this? Well, since treble clef is for the high notes that we sing or play, I'm going to put it on top. And since the bass clef is for the low notes that we sing or play, I will put it on the bottom. So, if you've made all of those flashcards, or you have some other flashcards, you could play our game around the world with someone else in your house, and they might like to guess. You might need more than just one other person, but you might make up your own way of playing around the world with your rhythm cards and your music symbol cards. Next week, we will talk about the cards that have the notes on the staff. Also, I have included links in this video to a really funny video about the famous composer Mozart. There's lots of silly things in this video that I think you're really going to like. And it's also fun to learn about the music that Mozart wrote. Because Mozart wrote music not only for people in orchestras to play or to go to concerts and hear, he also wrote music for us to sing in church too. There's also a link there if you want to order some flashcards like the flashcards that we use at St. Mary's. Next week, we'll talk about the notes on the staff, and we'll talk about maybe some ways that you can make up your own song. I hope you'll remember to share this video with some friends, and also remember to join us every Sunday for worship. And just like our song about Jacob reminds us that no matter where you are, God is with you, and God is with me, and all of your chorister friends. So that means that with God, we are all together. Thank you for watching today, and I'll look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye-bye.